how to create your first small product in the next 7 days on a bootstrap budget in 10 simple steps. Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from Mindful Marketplace. I'm recording this on, I think it's the 29th of October 2020. Time has sort of, for most of us, lost some kind of meaning. But I'm going to share with you a very simple 10-step series of steps, actually, that's the right word, that you can use to create really an infinite amount of small products that you can sell to build your business. We're going to be doing a live demonstration of this in November through much of the month into December and beyond. You'll be able to see me creating products using this exact marketing map. If you're interested in that, you have to sign up at the link below. It's a free email sequence that you'll get access to, in addition to hearing me consult with other folks who are doing this themselves. You'll hear the exact phone calls and process map and all the things that we're doing to not only replicate this process for our own platform in the mindfulness and entrepreneurial niches, but you also hear people from various disparate, topics and industries and all that sort of stuff apply this heuristic or template or sequence for themselves. So one other quick caveat, there is a much longer audio of me explaining this in really exquisitely sort of overkill detail. If you want access to that, it's about a half hour, and I really go through this in a much deeper dive sort of way, but I'm using this short recording just to introduce the concept on YouTube for those of you who kind of don't have the time or interest or inclination to listen to a much more robust, much more detail-oriented exposition on this exact process. All right, so without further ado, here are the steps. There is an infographic that you can also access below. I'm going to make this the screenshot as well, the cover for this video or this audio that you'll be able to listen to on YouTube. But if you want the actual infographic itself, again, you have to join our free community to access that below. Okay, here we go. Steps are: step one, create a content cornerstone. This is a data dump of all of your niche knowledge in one place. It's like the antithesis of an outline, or what I call the antithesis of an endless outline. So it's a very, very structured document that covers everything you know in a very siloed, structured way. So again, if you're interested in really learning how I think about this, you can get access to our email community. It's free at the link below, where I'll be sharing, lots of examples of this. But it's just a master outline of all of your niche knowledge, where you're essentially writing down everything that you know in very segmented sort of silos, right? So, every single topic is really, winnowed down in a very structured way. All right, number two, really simple but really important. You want to do keyword research. And the keyword research that I recommend for this specific process, I've covered this before, but use a tool like answerthepublic.com. It's free to use once a day. You can also pay $99 a month to use it in an infinite amount of searches, or maybe not infinite, but you can, no limits to how many searches they allow within, I guess, some sort of reason. But if you just have no money and you want to do one search a day, you just go to the splash page, you enter your keywords, one or two keywords is optimal, and it spits back at you all the very specific questions that folks are asking in that niche. Your job at this point is so super duper easy. You just have to answer the questions in the product, in the course, in the class, or even in the coaching offer that you're making. All right, answerthepublic.com. That's step number two. Step number three is you're going to outline product number one. You're going to take those keyword questions the questions that folks are asking that you generated in step two, and you're just going to answer them in an outline. You're just going to create this outline that's very specific, that's very related just to one particular problem. You're going to pop one pain, heal one hurt. Essentially, you're focusing on this education marketing model that is answering questions that folks are asking in order to provide a valuable product that people are not only willing to buy, but they feel thankful that they purchased and are open and interested and excited to purchase more things from you. All right. Step number 4, this actually isn't really even a step. It's not, it doesn't matter. I didn't list it as a step. It's kind of like a 3A, but really to make this 10, it really should be step 4. Go deep, but not wide, right? So you don't want to do very, lateral sort of exposition or elaboration in this particular process. You want to stay very, very hyper focused on targeting exactly the questions that are identified in step number 2, in that keyword research stage. So if I'm doing a master course, let's say, or a master offer or a big high-end ticket offer on author, how to write a book that changes the world, which we are doing. Doobie, stop barking. Come here, buddy. Sorry, my girlfriend's dog is barking. If that is your goal, how to write a book that changes the world, if that is the service you're offering, or the coach, or the course you're teaching, and you're segmenting your this one product on, let's say, blogging on WordPress, or using WordPress as your blog to build your brand, or using Ghost to build your blog, or using Squarespace or Shopify, etc. You don't want to bleed that content into other areas of, let's say, writing the book or marketing the book or running Facebook ads, etc. You want to keep very, very vertical insofar as everything should be super segmented, super siloed. This is all part of the, staying using finite focus to really, laser target exactly the problem that you're solving with each very specific segment of your your product funnel. All right, step number 4 is you're just going to record the product, much the way I'm doing here. I recommend audio for this rather than video. I'm using the Anchor.fm app right now to record this. It works perfectly. There are lots of other analogs that work equally as well. Record audio, it can be very structured. It can be extemporaneous, the way I do it, when I'm really just kind of riffing. I'm not using real notes. I recommend teaching from a piece of paper, like writing down all of your master points on a piece of paper, and then just kind of teaching via audio, in this case my iPhone, in that way. And then you're going to supplement with other resources, PDFs, etc., as I cover in the next couple steps. All right, next step number 5, you're going to transcribe that audio. In this case, I use a service called transcribe.really.com, and it's really WREALLY.com. And essentially, it's not even a service, it's a software platform that allows you, this dog will not stop growling. It allows you to take that audio and dump it into an automatic AI generated or the artificial intelligence, or something akin to artificial intelligence, will literally transcribe your entire audio into text. And now you have this text file that's pretty much almost verbatim accurate to the actual words that you had spoken or recorded using the audio recording step in number 4. Again, someone like myself who happens to talk very quickly, maybe there's a little bit more of a variance or a spectrum of accuracy at play. But for most of us who speak with a normal, pace, which is not me, it's really, really accurate, and I really recommend it. And it's super affordable. I pay $20, I think, for every 80 minutes or so, I believe it is, of transcription. I think that's right. Is that right? Maybe it's not right. I forget. I think it actually may be $6 an hour. I don't know. You have to check it out. I forget what the actual rate is, but it works wonderfully well. All right, the next step. Hold on for a second. As you can hear, guys, stop barking, please, please. Come on, Doobie, come here, buddy. All right, the next step is turning these are 3 dogs, by the way. This is called babysitting during COVID. All right, Doobie, come here, buddy. All right, the next step is I'll take that text that I generated and I'll turn it into a PDF using something like Canva is great for this. There are other tools. There are, PDF generators like you can use Readsy.com. You can use Projector.com. You can use Pitch.com if you want to create more robust, like presentational PDFs. All these are really good as supplemental, kind of materials to include with your audio. All right, the next step, number 7, upload to your LMS of choice, your learning management software or system of choice. I recommend for this step, if you're just getting started, Gumroad because it's free, or something like buymeacoffee.com, which is also free. The downside of those platforms, e-commerce platforms, is they charge a small fee, 5% or so for transactions, which means you're going to pay them 5% every time you sell something. The good news is they don't charge you anything up front, so you can really build this entire product funnel, this entire business, memberships, digital downloads, coaching offers, etc., all without any out-of-pocket cost. I use Podia.com, which does all this and more. The problem with Podia for some of the folks listening to this is it's a little bit pricey. If you're just getting started, I believe it's $80 a month or so to get started, but they don't charge any transaction fees, which is the reason that I prefer them for our business. You can see our digital downloads at partners.mindfulmarketplace.com. That's using Podia. Buy Me a Coffee also is really, really beautiful, really easy to use. Really recommend it. The only thing I don't love right now is you can't use a custom domain. In other words, you can't have your own domain attached to your Buy Me a Coffee profile, and they also don't have an affiliate program. I also don't love the Buy Me a Coffee kind of motif where you're kind of almost feels like you're asking for donations or small contributions in return for your work. I don't really think that's a good psychological position to put yourself in. I think that you want to really value what you're offering, and I think that little sort of psychological nuance can be a little bit off-putting, at least to me. But certainly it is a beautiful, easy to use platform that lots of creators, artists, authors, teachers, trainers, coaches are using to generate significant amount of income. I saw recently where Maria Shriver just moved her newsletter community to Buy Me a Coffee. So really, it's a great e-commerce platform to check out for this sort of thing. But by and large, I still would prefer to see most of the folks in my community using something like Gumroad because it just has more, going for it on day one, including an affiliate program, meaning that you can turn your members, your subscribers, your community, your clients into ambassadors, evangelists, and affiliates where they can sell your stuff to their, friends, family, network, etc., and make a commission. All right, so step number 8 is what I call the content community continuum. And this is essentially the process where you're turning strangers into subscribers and subscribers into sales. And it's basically this process by which you're giving away free products that sell people on another product, and then they buy that other product, and the next email they get a invitation to become an affiliate. Also it's just this cyclical marketing strategy that has a lot of virility to it. Is that the right way of saying that word? It has a very viral component. It's very structured around turning your members, your readers, your subscribers into passionate advocates for you, your brand, and your business. All right, and step number 9, short moments many times. Essentially, or step number 10, I should say, actually, is essentially you just want to keep repeating, replicating, rinsing, and doing this whole process over and over again as often as you have the time available. So you're expanding your portfolio of products, you're expanding your brand, you have more stuff to offer. You can start morphing into affiliate offers, and using something like a Gumroad, for an example. If you go that direction, you can really build up a storefront of products very, very quickly. And for those of you who are building niche communities or larger platforms, you can also start to invite your own members to have their own products on your platform. And as a service, you can start to actually, offer the sort of thing that, that I'm teaching you how to do for them, right? And it becomes this very exciting way of generating income, as well as building an asset, which is the platform itself. So the platform is an asset, but the other bucket that's very important while you're building your platform is to have an income that is that allows you to to dedicate the time, energy, and enthusiasm required to really build one of these things out in the fullness of time, right? So, rather than waiting a year until you're really making money from traffic and all that stuff on a community, a niche community, or a local authority site of some kind, this allows you to start selling stuff very early on and, turning that piece of your platform into a profitable piece of the whole entire enchilada. Okie doke. So that's pretty much the 10 steps, and you can do this as often as you like. I, am planning on not only talking with clients over the next month and helping them do this, and recording some of that so you can hear some of this. If you're part of our private community, this is not going to be on YouTube, obviously, but I'm also going to show you the exact steps, which is pretty much what I just shared, how I'm doing this in our own business, in the mindfulness niche, meditation niche, and in the entrepreneurial niches, to help our authors and teachers and coaches by dint of creating my own content and courses using this exact marketing map. And you can see I can do one of these a day without any question, and in a month have 30 small products, if I so desired, that were, available for sale, that were building my, list, right? Whether half of them are free, whether 2/3 of them are fee-based. I mean, however you can play around with all this to your heart's content. But once you have these things published, you really have this incredible opportunity, and you have something exciting that's really, it just feels good, and it feels like, your days. You get up in the morning and you want to know, like, what happened overnight. Did you sell anything? How many people joined your list? What sort of email engagement did you have overnight? It's just really it's to me the most intimate, the most, it's just a really enjoyable part of my own experience as an online entrepreneur, is the selling of products, is the creating of courses, is the building of community. And this is all done, again, using this basic framework. Okie doke. If you're interested, again, in seeing some of this happen in a live and real way, lots of this in November I'm going to be demonstrating, and I encourage you to sign up at the link below so you can actually see this via email every time something new goes out, and you have access to some other cool stuff as well. Okay, hopefully this has been helpful, and if you have any questions, as always, send an email to hi@mindfulmarketplace.com or leave a comment in the community section below. Thanks.